So now that you say everything going mobile and not only mobile, what is your take on Myntra going only mobile?
Myntra, they should have done it longer. Because their business, right, is very different from what Flipkart is doing. Flipkart is like a wedding contractor. You just have to go and tell Flipkart, I'm getting married on this date, he'll get you everything. Myntra is more niche, right? They are into one specific kind of products, and that kind of products actually are things that make more sense to buy from a mobile, seriously. It's about attire, accessories and stuff, right? Yeah. That makes more sense for that segment to go mobile, because look at today's mobiles. All of them have minimum 5-inch screen, enough for you to see how it looks like, right? And all of them have decent processors for you to access stuff fast, scroll between stuff, add to your cart. In fact, if you compare the computing power of your mobile with the computing power of your desktop will be hilariously beaten. So there are some segments that should be on mobile. Myntra is one, and there's another big giant which I'm hoping gets on mobile one day, or it is going to die a horrible death. This wonderful thing called IRCTC. Right? Their only problem stems out of the fact that they don't want to get out of your PC browser. The minute they start thinking mobile, half their problems will be solved.
A little off regarding Twitter versus Facebook. I see that people use their mobile phones or desktop and I think are more interested in spending time on Facebook compared to Twitter. My point is the penetration for Twitter in India is relatively less compared to Facebook. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree with you, but not entirely. Okay. Facebook, I don't know, there is two sets of people, right? One set that lives on Facebook. There's another set that gets into Facebook when they have time to kill. Right? The second set will tell you that Facebook on mobile basically is more preferable for them because it gets things done faster. Not that they attach any value to the time that they are spending on Facebook. Right? And Twitter, yes, Twitter in India is not yet where it should be. That's because the political parties got onto Twitter even before the common man got onto it. And they've created such a big muddle there that it's difficult to say anything now, right? If I say what you did is wrong, and I'm saying it to a woman, I am, what do they call it? MC, I am an MCP, right? If I say what you're doing is wrong, and the guy is from BJP, then I'm an Adarsh liberal. Right? If somebody from the Congress does something wrong and I say you're wrong, then I'm a Sanghi. So on Twitter, you have to be labeled first, then only they listen to you. Right? That is a problem. And I think that Twitter will never get to where it is in the other countries in India before all these people wake up and start smelling the salt. They need to get more mature online. All this childish nonsense that's going on, right? Say something about Arvind Kejriwal, 120 bots will reply to you. Say something about Rajdeep Sardesai, 120 bots will reply to you. Right? All this has to stop. And the numbers on Twitter are hilarious if you ask me. About 140% of the population of Nepal is on Twitter. And 180% of the population of Uganda is online, on Twitter. What that means is, not that internet has percolated there, it means there are so many bots that have been created by people who are selling followers.
So apparently there seems to be a gap there. There is a problem.
It is a serious problem, but where I disagree is, if you and me start saying there is a gap and keep quiet, the gap will be there.
No, that was my second question.
We need to do something about that gap.
What ideally should we do? Maybe as a person who knows nothing about Twitter, who's getting into this world of tweeting, if I were to make a difference here, what should I do? What would my first step be?
Have a script and follow that script to the T. Do not deviate from your Twitter script. Create a persona for you and stick to it. Do not deviate. It might be something close to you. See, I have a policy that I don't take sides politically on Twitter, even if it's something really close to my heart. Recently, there was this big thing that happened when Nipun Malhotra was refused entrance into a hotel called Kea in Delhi. because he was on a wheelchair, right? The blind expectation was that I would support what he was saying. I didn't. I tweeted directly to him and said, "Was there's a problem? You went to that place 1 week ago, they got you inside. You went to that place 1 month ago, they got you inside. Now one day you suddenly decide on a stag's night to go as a group of 6, and they said we can't accommodate all of you." See, this man comes from a big business family. He is trying to seek attention, right? So if I get sentimental and go start supporting him, and the truth comes out, I'll look ugly, and all my followers will feel bad. So think of the people who respect you for what you are and stay what you are. That's the best thing you can do. It takes time, but it will eventually close the gap. If you close the gap tomorrow, that means you have got some bots to follow you and bots to tweet for you. You can't close it overnight. It takes time, but it has to be done. Everybody has to do it. I am assuming that people in this room have more power than anybody else to start closing that gap.
I agree.
When you say
नहीं आपको चांस नहीं मिलेगा अभी आप थोड़ी देर आपका 5 हो गया ऑलरेडी यार yeah tell me simply I'm joking.
when you say bots tweet against one person, so is the bot army which has been created by these people?
Bot army is a very big word.
Like
Okay.
CC server where everyone gets to it, and
On this you can create 100 bots on this.
correct. So
Right.
is
So
it not
bot
a
army can live in a phone.
yeah? Is it not a moral responsibility of Twitter to block these bots? Because
Is it the moral responsibility of a government to kill everybody who looks seemingly criminal? That's your answer.
but they are not actual users, right?
How
They are-
does Twitter know the difference between you and a bot? Twitter doesn't. Just because you have a picture doesn't mean a bot can't have a picture. Right? Just because the bot is saying something you don't like doesn't mean that Twitter will assume that it's not a human being. That assumption is very tough to make. And if they start making those calls, then they'll also be violating what is called net neutrality.
Okay.
Because at what point do they stop? First you weed out bots, then you weed out abusive people. Okay, then you'll start weeding out, okay, all Sanghis tomorrow, other scribblers day after tomorrow. And you'll not stop weeding out, then there'll be nobody left on Twitter. Next person other than him who asked the question will get a chocolate from Suresh.
Is the chocolate big?